Angela, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Hi.
So, you're a store owner around town. We just want to talk to you today about, again, off the beaten path and what it's like to have a business here, what it's like to be a resident of Rahway. So can you start by telling us a little bit about, again, off the beaten path?
Yes, Again Off the Beaten Path is a brainchild of mine, my husband and mine. I have so many things that I like to recycle and upcycle in my free time, and we just thought that instead of doing a lot of local shows where it's more labor intensive, where you have to carry a tent and all of your pieces, to open up a small gift shop where I can just showcase the things I have and some other local artists.
So what did you do with that big bathtub that you called Tom about?
Wait, I didn't hear the story. Sounds intriguing.
I was coming home with my kids, and I was taking them to school, and I was on my way home, and I saw a cast iron bathtub, and I grew up with one in my house, and I couldn't get it because by the time they renovated my old home, they threw it out. So I saw this one in the street, and the woman was more than helpful in trying to get it in the car, but it's just too heavy. So I called Tom, and he came around and he helped me get it in my car. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but now I think that I'm going to turn it into a sofa, like in Breakfast at Tiffany's.
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
And I wanted to jewel encrust the bottom of it.
Oh, wow.
So how would you do that, though? You would take part of it out?
Yeah, I have to get someone to cut it out, and then I'm going to have to sandblast it, and then I'm just going to epoxy. Oh, they shoot a lot of sand at it, and they clear out because it's kind of cakey from all the years of paint and I guess water or whatever. And so they blast it with a bunch of sand to smooth it out, and probably powder coat it. That's like a spray paint for metal, heavy metals. And then I'm going to epoxy the heck out of it with, jewels and crystals and beads and everything. And get Renee, a local upholsterer, to make me a pad for the inside. And then voila, Breakfast at Tiffany.
Would you sell that in the shop, or would you keep that for yourself?
I would, if someone wants it, I'll definitely sell it,
Can we have it here so we can do our interviews? Would that be a good idea?
It's going to be a minute, so maybe by the later part of the year.
Okay.
So.
Great.
So what made you decide to go from being an employee of a company to opening up your own business?
Well,
because that's a big leap. A lot of people are afraid to. They dream about it, but to actually do it is it's difficult. So, what made you decide to?
Well, it wasn't a planned thing. It was just a series of turns of events, and it started. I was working in the city, and I worked through both attacks on the towers, 9/11, then the one previous, and then also the blackout. And I decided that sitting in a room with 20 different people discussing the cost of a button and if it was going to take the markup percentage, a 0.5% or not, wasn't that important to me anymore.
Because you were in the fashion industry.
Yes, I was a merchandiser, international merchandiser, and I was right at the point where I was going to start traveling. And I realized I just really didn't have the passion for it anymore. And that's where my degree is. I'm a merchandiser by trade and by education. And so I gave up the position. I stayed home with the family. My husband and I grew our family. We now have 3 children. At the time, I only had 1. And I just started making things on my own. People were also bringing me in as a consultant, just more like friends, to give them ideas on how to merchandise their house. And so I just started making things on my own. And then eventually I said, it's a little, again, back to being work intensive to do shows here and there, So I decided to get the spot. Now the spot I have, the store is for that spot. I admired it for over 20 years when I first moved to Rahway. And
I like that spot. I also remember when I was like, somebody should put something there.
And I love the spot, and I toyed with making it a studio and then maybe an open studio or doing an occasional store. I like the fact that it's on the ground floor and I can be in there and people can come by, and if I'm in the middle of making something, I can stop and talk, or they can purchase some things. So, I think it fits in Rahway.
So in your store, it's not just your work, it's also the work of other artisans and craftspeople, right? So you have some wearables by a variety of artists. You have some kitchen goods, you have home accessories.
Yes. Yes, it's basically a gift shop. So I have wearable items for your body and your home, or for your workspace as well, like you say, in kitchen. And eventually I'd like to get some pet props in there, some cute pet beds made out of chairs and just different upcycled items. And then maybe about a good 10-15% is going to be more kitschy, Rahway themed things, t-shirts, things such as the mug.
Yeah. Rahway's own merchandise.
And then also have some t-shirts about thinking about Rahway. Just some fun things.
Great.
And you also have there are other vendors in there, or is it just things you create?
I have local artists in as well. A couple of just people from neighboring towns, some from within, who are interested in showing their items because they've been in the vending show scene for quite a long time, and they're just tired of doing all the shows and carrying all their things like I was. And so I have little spaces that they can come in and show their wares, and if it works, everything they sell is theirs.
Yeah, that's great, because you're also supporting other local artists as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So even though your space is not a co-op, it's sort of inspired and in the vein of co-op spaces.
Absolutely. Just bringing together different people from different walks of lives who have a creative, product that they want to show and share.
So, Angela, you've lived here, you said, almost 20 years or so.
Yes.
Why?
Since '92.
Okay. Why is it important for you to also own a business and have your business here, other than just the convenience of it?
Rahway is a great little quaint town, and it's a burgeoning town. So much is happening here, and I felt it for years. I felt it for years, and I've always tried to be a part of that movement, and it would fizzle out. And I think now it's really starting to catch, and people are excited about Rahway. I'm excited about Rahway. I was born and bred in Newark, but Rahway's my home, and I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, so I get kicked out. But get out of Rahway. No, but but I love it, and it has the qualities that I like of large cities and small cities, meaning that it has the art and music and just the community gathering. This community comes out for parades, for Christmas, for the tree lighting. I mean, they come out. They come out for events. The film festival, it's just so many great things, but in a small setting, and you don't get lost in the hustle and bustle of the city. It's clean, it's beautiful, the people are nice. So, and
it has the amenities of a city.
Yes.
It's got the train station right in the center of town. We've got our local hospital, and it's got just the convenience of a city, but the life of a smaller town community.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And you're right, because I feel the same way. I'm not originally from Rahway either, but when I came here, the sense of the community, I think, was the most important thing for me, and I was kind of blown away by it. So,
yeah. But I love the town. I love the town. I always have. I always felt welcome. I mean, my sister moved here first, and then my mom and I moved, and my brother, and the whole family just came. My husband, I got married, he moved here from Morris Plains. So, there are a lot of transplants. It's just like in New York, they always say, once you move there, you're a New Yorker. It's like once you move to Rahway, most people I don't know what the word is, Rahwayan.
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 You're Rahway's own.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
You're Rahway's own.
I also decided that I came up with a bunch of not 4-letter words, 4 words that are on the bottom of the t-shirts. Thank you. Here's one, so you can see. And I'm going to change the colors to go with the words.
What outfit that I was waiting for.
So think Rahway, live, shop, work, play, and and then shop again Rahway. Cool. That's where I'm going to have. So I wanted to do just a bunch of Rahway themed items to be proud of Rahway. I mean, because I really am. I joined the Chamber of Commerce, and I just really like the town. I really like the town.
Well, thanks a lot, Angela. We really appreciate you coming out and talking with us today.
Yeah,
it's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.